Why on earth would I ignore somebody that I'm trying to sell a product or a service to over a Zoom call? Aren't they just going to hang up? Well, if you give me like 20 minutes of your time, I'm going to share an untapped method to ignore your prospect's objection and still collect all of the cash. And I've actually pulled up a live recording of this so you can have a live example and use it in your own sales calls. So stick around for the whole video. Save you 20 minutes at the end of your sales calls going through all of these fancy word tracks, fancy objection handling tactics that you learned from Jeremy Minor, Bill Walsh, Alex Hormozy. We've all had that experience. They're telling you why they don't want to go ahead with the product. You feel like you're just forcing them and you're trying to push them through and handle this crazy objection and get them round to your way of thinking. I don't want to try convince and totally change and flip their mindset. I just don't want to do that. Like Lil Baby said, if she won't fuck, I won't make her. So let's get into the sales call recording.
Run it by my wife just to let her know I'm making the move. Just so she, we don't.
Yeah,
it's
go
like
ahead.
A trust thing.
So, I think I see her in the back there. Yeah.
That's my mom. No, that's my mom.
So he hits me with the wife objection, and the first thing I say is, oh yeah, I see you're in the back there, go have a chat with her, no problem. Because if you can get them to literally speak to their wife right then and there, that's a huge way to just be able to ignore the objection and yeah, go have a chat with her, no issue. A lot of people panic, especially if the wife is there and they start trying to justify why they shouldn't talk to their wife. They start trying to come up with all these crazy word tracks. But number one, first thing I say is like, oh yeah, I see her in the back. Go talk to her. No worries.
That's my mom. My wife's actually in a call right now, but she should be done at 2. But yeah, like I said, I'm definitely, and I don't think she's going to talk me out of it or anything.
So it's obviously his mom. So he can't go talk to his wife. His wife is in a call. So now it's a real wife objection. Just watch as it unfolds. You'll see that I eventually revert to just ignoring it and just pushing through and closing the guy.
You're completely in though. Like you're good to go.
I'm completely in. Yeah. I'm good to go. And I don't think she's going to talk me out of it either. It's just more like, obviously, I'm not a jerk. I'm not just going to be like, I'm just going to like pull this money here and, whatever. But I just let her know like, hey, this is what's going on. I feel really good about it.
And
I want to
make. You don't want to be a jerk. Like, so is it her money as well? Is it like a split account?
No, it's still mine. I think. Okay. It's still my money. Yeah, it's my money, but I just want to still like, run it by her, just have some respect. Like it's kind of how we do stuff.
So first thing I did was clarify. Okay, like, is it her money? Like, are you guys actually splitting? I'm basically coming with like a confused tone. Like, wait, what? Like, is it both of your guys' money or what's actually going on here? And I only do that to literally clarify, okay, like, is this guy trying to invest from a joint savings account right now? Because if that's the case, you can't really push somebody to take someone else's money and invest into something. It's just unethical, in my opinion.
I think there's a lot of money to be made, man. Like, it sounds like even if you're not like an all-star and you're just like a solid, I'm a big basketball guy, right? So like even if you're just a starter on a team, like or even soccer, it's pretty doable. So yeah, I think that'll be for the time being, and that'll be pretty good motivation, to get after it.
So he's just chatting, he's just waffling there, basically. Let's be real. Like it's like being at a car dealership and being like, oh well, I think I would like these kind of rims on the car. What would they look like? Okay, are you buying the car or not? Like, you're talking about how great the car is. You're talking about how interested you are. He's basically just avoiding the actual decision right now in the conversation. So I'm going back and I'm going to ask him about the respect thing again. Again, this is the usual way that a high ticket closer, how you're meant to handle it. But again, I go back and forth a couple of times. I don't really make any progress. And trust me, ignoring the objection is upcoming. The only time I actually handled this objection and finally got past it was when I fucking ignored it. So keep watching here. Watch how it unfolds.
It's like, let's say you got a promotion in work. You would take the promotion and then you'd be like, I made the move. I took the extra. So yeah. And honestly,
but the promotion is not taking
25.
The promotion is not taking 2,500. Like that's the only thing. It's still a lot of money for us. It's not going to break the bank, but I just want to holler and be like, hey, listen, I'm going in. Just get, your blessings and then let's do it. I'll send you the money right away, whenever you want. And then, is it okay if you just send me the link and then we just do it?
So at this point, like I've basically shown him, look, you wouldn't ask your wife if you got a promotion at work. This is your money. Let's be real, man. It's your decision. What do you want to do? And once I see that frame doesn't land on him, I could go back again and I could try a handle again and I could just keep going with him. But I had another call. Like I wanted to jump across and get to my other call as well. So I didn't want to sit there for 15, 20 minutes continuously handling objections with him, right? We're about 4 to 5 minutes into objection handling. So in my head, I'm getting a little bit like, okay, like if he just, he's just giving me bullshit. He just doesn't really seem to want to be doing it. So let's just try push through and close the deal. Let's try ignore the objection. And yeah, let's push him for a decision here. Let's go get it. Let's go for a yes or a no, because no matter how much more frames that I put on him, no matter how much more word tracks that I push, and look, there's always going to be that high ticket sales expert that could have easily, got him to land in the frame and come around to my way of thinking. But even then, it would still take them 10, 15, 20 minutes to actually do that, right? I'm confident I could go down that route and go for it, but I just want to go for the close here. So watch what I do.
And I potentially could. It's just not really the way that we do it. Again, it usually, like I mentioned at the start, like if it's a good fit, we get you started. We'll actually move on it. It's not really an issue in my eyes, but it's just obviously our process of doing things. It's the way that we have it set up.
What's your process? I didn't realize there was a process.
So, like I mentioned at the start, yeah, either way is fine. Like I'll just help you decide on if the inner circle is a fit or not. So yeah, that's what I meant. That's like our process at the start. Again, it's not really up to me. It's more up to Musa. But like, if it's genuinely just kind of getting her blessings, then it's not a permission.
No, it's not permission.
Well,
that's what I'm saying. Give me
what I
till
would
like
say is then, like, just if it's not a permission thing, I would understand if like, you guys are sharing the money or whatever it actually was. But if it's more of just like, hey, honey, I made this move, it makes the same sense doing it before, or it doesn't matter when you actually get started.
So I'm basically just like, yeah, it's not really our process. This isn't really how we do things, man. Yeah, and the frame continues hitting, and I can only really ignore it because it is a bullshit objection as well, right? Like I'm not buying into his, BS basically that he wants to speak to his wife. It's just like, look, if it's really just a case of getting her blessing, it doesn't make a difference if you do it now or later. But I don't really care if you do it now. I don't really care when you do it. Like that's basically my attitude. It's like I'm just ignoring him. I'm just like, yeah, come on, let's get a decision here.
What's the big deal? Like, what's the big deal? It doesn't seem like a big deal to me if I wait an hour or 45 minutes to sign up. Like I'm gonna do. Obviously, you don't know that because you don't know me. But like, basically, I'm already committed to you, and I made a promise, and it's just like, let me just do this. But unless there's like a hard stop for you guys, like where it's like you have to do it right now, I really don't see like what the downside is for you. Like you have a person who's ready to go.
So let's be real. A lot of sales guys that are listening to this, they're still listening at this stage in the video. This is PTSD. It's going off. It's like, I'm committed to you. I swear I'm going to do it in 45 minutes. How many times have you heard that? It just doesn't happen. So I'm so used to it. I'm so numb to it now. Watch what I say to actually close the deal here. Just watch this.
For example, like
half an hour.
But like,
just talk about that.
Like, but for example, like I'm busy. Like I've got more calls as well. So that's just the way that we do things. Like that, it's not like
I see what you're saying.
It's not pressure or anything. Bro, like honestly, like if
let's do it then. Let's just do it.
And there we go. That's the deal closed. So I went down this word track, and again, people are always going to comment on me, and they're always going to be like, you could have worded it better. You could have sounded more confident, more better. Sure. Like that's definitely true. But I hit the word track. I did it 90% of the way there, the way you always see people teaching it. It didn't land. He was still saying that he wanted 45 minutes. He wanted 30 minutes. And then when I said to him, look, I'm going to be busy in 30 minutes, man. He was like, okay, let's do it. It's like just ignoring them, just acting like it's not even there. Look, I'm going to be busy in 30 minutes. So like, I'm not dealing with you, basically, is like the idea that I'm getting across. That's all it took for him to be like, okay, yeah, look, I am bullshitting here. Like I'm doing it. Right. And sometimes you get people where they're like, okay, yeah, look, I'll be honest, man. I'm not going to waste your time. Like I'm not going to join. Right. But at least again, you saved that 15, 20 minutes. I could have sat there with the guy for another 15 minutes talking about how, he doesn't need to put time in between the decision and like, but I just knew where I needed to go, and I knew where I needed to, what I needed to make him realize. Look, I don't care, but I'm busy. That's why I'm rushing you here. That's why we need to do this. And what do you want to do? Even if he had have said no at that point, I would have got to my other call on time. realistically, what is the chances of him closing in 30 minutes if he doesn't agree to it right then and there? Very, very low. Okay. I think it's a net positive if you close these people out and if you tell them, look, I'm busy, I'm not going to be able to get you onboarded in 30 minutes time. So just go for it.
So what can you see on your screen now?
Give me a checkbox.
Yeah. And then
so the WOP checkbox. So that means the deal was closed. He paid 2.5K is what the deal size was. And that was me ignoring the wife objection. So now I'm going to show you a money fear objection that I ignored.
Is it always 3,000? Or like, is it payments?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Do you do like in payments or not?
We used to be partnered with like a kind of like a firm, like a Klarna type thing, but no, not anymore. It's just, straight up. Yeah, have you got it in your account, or do you need to move it around? So this wasn't as much of a heavy objection as the last one, but you can tell that this guy is quite scared in terms of making the investment. First thing he asks is, can you do payments? The money fear objection carries on a little bit, but you'll just see my blasé attitude, like how I'm dealing with it. I'm just like, yeah, we used to be partnered, but now you need to do it straight up. A lot of people might have gone into objection handling mode there. Do you do any payments? I basically just told them no. Like, I just ignored what was really on his mind, the kind of money fear objection, like he needs payments. I'm just like, no, we don't really do payments. You just need to do it straight up. But what I used to do, and what I see a lot, again, of high ticket closers doing, is like, well, we don't do payments, but if you're a really good fit, like we can maybe break it down for you, blah, blah, blah. If he has a problem with doing the full amount up front, I want him to come with a solution of breaking down payments or something like that. I don't even want to insinuate that thought in his mind. Also, high ticket closers might have gone into the mode of, well, your mindset, you shouldn't want to have to do payments. It's like, I don't even go into all of that. I just like ignore it at the beginning and see how it actually unfolds. He gives the kind of second, he shows a little bit of fear again when it comes to the money, but I just ignore it again.
That's a lot of money, man.
Say it again.
That's a lot of money.
No doubt. So again, he literally goes, that's a lot of money. And I just go, no doubt. Yeah, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Like, keep putting it in, right? Now, again, it's not a heavy objection. He's not saying I'm not doing it because it's a lot of money. But again, because I'm just ignoring what he's saying, I'm just ignoring his scared attitude toward it. He's picking up the vibe. He's not as scared, right? I'm just like, yeah, this is just like taking out the mail. This is just such easy things. Yeah, it's a lot of money. Comes with the territory, bro, type attitude, right? But again, a lot of high ticket closers go, they hear that's a lot of money and it's like a trigger for them. Oh, now I need to make him feel like it's not a lot of money. Well, the goal that you told me of making 7K a month and retiring your mom, that's going to be a lot of money, isn't it? And then what's going to happen is like, he's going to realize that you're kind of disagreeing with him. He's going to realize that you're kind of in that objection handling mode. And he's going to be like, yeah, but that's, going to be a few months down the line. This is a lot of money for me right now. And he's going to dig his heels in even more. Whereas if you just ignore it and you're just like, yeah, it's a lot of money, bro. It's scary, isn't it? And just like keep going, like just go with them. Just be like, yeah, it's scary. Like, that's totally normal. Yeah, that's how it always is. What you need to take from it is just don't shit your pants. Don't go into objection handling mode. Just don't react at all. It's like also when a girl is shit testing you, right? When she's like, oh yeah, I bet that you talk to 10 other girls. You're just like, you just say something blasé like, yeah, but you're my favorite one, right? It's just like, you're not playing into it. You're not like, no, I swear that, you're my only girl that I'm talking to. Like, that would be the equivalent of doing this here, of being like, yeah, I know it's a lot of money, but you're going to make a lot of money. What you might need to do is like, just go to your bank, or you probably got a text from your bank or something like that.
Yeah.
And it will say, yeah, are you a robot, or, some shit like that. Where in Texas are you? Are you near Austin?
Dallas.
So again, it's card declined, and I'm just like, yeah, that's so normal. Just, go to your bank and just fix it. Like, I'm so blasé about it. It's like I've done this 100 million times. And then I just ask him about where he's from, right? Again, to keep it super chill and keep it to the point. So yeah, I've given you 2 examples there. First one was the wife objection. I kind of just ignored it. That was more of a heavy objection and he was telling me he wasn't going to do it. This is more of a money fear objection poking its head. But again, because of my attitude, I believe this is why it didn't turn into a full-blown objection. And I had to go into objection handling mode. I saved a bunch of time here. So I genuinely hope that I saved you some time and money. I'm only at about 700 subs as I'm recording this video. So I'm very tapped in with the audience. Whatever you guys ask for, I'm providing it. Instagram Bolo Scout. You can find me on every single platform under the same username. Wherever you text me, I'll respond. Drop suggestions for what YouTube video that you want next. I'll be sure to supply. Let's work, man.